I think that after people leave high school, they can go to the military, Peace Corps, AmeriCorps, et cetera. I think it unites the country. So I understand. I have a different idea.
I think that's interesting.
Okay, now in terms of the, you say they need to know civics, but you know that if you knew civics, that this country also has a history of poll taxes, literacy tests, et cetera, to specifically disenfranchise some voters. And and you know that the Republicans are losing under 25-year-old voters in a massive way, and that is absolutely clear based on the demographics, on the polling information. So it looks really convenient that all of a sudden you don't want as many young voters, et cetera. But here comes the question. So if we did your literacy test, your civics test, and it turned out that 80% of Republicans don't pass it, but 60% of Democrats do pass it. So it's a massive, massive disadvantage for Republicans. You just can't get your ignorant young folks, it's a hypothetical, ignorant young folks that are Republicans to pass any of these tests. Are you still okay with saying, no, 80% of Republican voters that are young, you can't vote because you're too ignorant?
I'm okay with it regardless. And I think that the reason we apply the standard is, think about the logic. The poll taxes, a lot of those were made with the explicit purpose of disenfranchising specific groups of people at a point in our national history when we were coming off of some inequitable treatment historically in the eyes of the law. Thankfully, we've moved up forward this country many decades past where we were even in the civil rights movement. Now today, I will remind you, there's a reason why we require every immigrant to this country to know those things before they vote. That's a good thing, by the way. I think that's important. But that same logic, if an immigrant has to know it in order to vote, I don't think it is wrong to say no matter what your skin color or what your political affiliation, you should know the same things about the country at minimum to vote.
Okay.
And to those for whom you say tests aren't everything, there's a separate point I've built in. 6 months of service to the country in a first responder role or a military role. But the point is, you've got to have some skin in the game, or else you really have no way to play in the game.